Unfortunately, the fire alarm in this room is beeping. It's not the batteries, it's something wrong with the actual alarm. So I will have to be very particular with when I speak, so hopefully I can cut most of them out. But hopefully that isn't annoying if some of them peek through. I still wanted to film and there's not many places I can do so. Ignore the mess in the background. I apologize. Life is just all over the place. But I wanted to film this video because I do still want to pan, even though I don't intend on being like a serious makeup YouTuber or whatever. I still really enjoy using things up in my collection and I really enjoy updating these things with you guys. So I just wanted to talk about, I have 5 items I'm working on right now. I'll probably keep it to 5 throughout the year. Honestly, I don't really need to pan a ton. Let's just get into it. The first item is something that was a very last minute decision because I frankened it last night and decided, you know what, I am going to use this up. This Essence Contour Duo palette I bought, I don't know, 2-3 years ago. And then I was working on so many other things in panning projects that this was just on the back burner, and when I finally got to it, essentially, I bought something else and I just ignored this. It was because I realized this. I was intimidated by, you can see it does not look normal. This shade is just really, really pigmented and dark and soft. When I put my brush in, this one would pick up a lot, this one wouldn't, and I find it difficult to blend out, or just like, it wasn't a constant, you know, it was a little bit of uncertainty because it was like, oh, am I gonna have to like do a ton just to blend it out because I'm so fair, it's gonna look ridiculous. So what I did to remove that thing that made me not want to reach for it was just mix in a tiny bit of the dark shade with all of the light shade to make one that is much more approachable. I can build it, I'm not scared of it, but it's like a really good color for me. I'm wearing it today. It adds some color without making me worried that I'm gonna look crazy. And so I can use it on the everyday without feeling like it's only a special occasion thing because I don't have the time to deal with it and to blend it out and to make it work. So yeah, I'm gonna slowly work on this by mixing it with other things. So my goal is just to finish this, which will get the lighter shade out of the way. And then, you know, I will work on the rest of what's left in here in the following years. But I have made a decision that I'm not going to declare this because I thought about it because I just didn't use it. I'm actually going to use it and I'm going to make it work for me. The only other powder product is also a Franken. If you know me, you know me. This Lush palette was something that I was really focusing on last year. I used up the bottom 3 shades. You can see there is some scraping marks on here. I did a Franken highlighter. I put it right here. Did not work out. It was 2 eyeshadows. One was more pink and one was almost white. And it just became a really icy highlight. I'm not really like a highlighter person. I tried to be and I haven't been in a long time. So it just wasn't for me. But the blush on top was a little bit dark. Even after I Frankened it a bit to lighten it, I still wasn't in love with it. So I Frankened them together, the 2 eyeshadows that were a highlighter and then the blush and whatever eyeshadow I mixed in with the blush at one point. And now I have this beautiful glowy pale blush. I'm wearing it today on top of that contour, but I love it. It looks super pale, but it actually does have a bit of rosiness and pinkness that shows through on the skin that doesn't really appear in the pan. But I really am excited to use it up. As you can see, it couldn't cover the entire pan. I'm really sad that there's not actually that much in here. I will easily use this every day. That is the blush right there. If you know of a blush that's like this shimmery, shiny, pale, neutrally kind of pink, let me know. To be fair, I could probably make another concoction similar to this with what I have. I would just have to experiment in it, which could be fun. But the other things in my project pan, one is almost done, to be honest. I had been focusing on this not in a project pan, but I put it in my apron for work, and it's just the only thing I put on my lips while I'm at work just to add some color. It is the Ulta Beauty Gloss Stick in the shade Chill Pill. I learned about this through Too Much Tosh in her Lip Mist series last December. I really like the color. It's almost like a little bit too cool for me, but it is almost like my lip shade, but just slightly different. There's a swatch right there. I don't know why I just flipped you off. I'm sorry. I don't want to roll this stuff. As you can see, it's pretty rough. There's not a ton left. It's getting very soft and weird. This will definitely get used up within the next few months. It is something that I've used already quite a bit of. You can see it's a really easy color for me to use because it's basically just my lip shade. I would not repurchase it just because I don't like how it's not as glossy as I'd like. It's called a gloss stick and it's really not that glossy, to be honest. And once that is done, I think I will throw this in my apron or just focus on this next as my main one. It's the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine in the shade Lovely. And there actually isn't a ton left in here. Well, there's a good amount, but I have used quite a bit. You can see it's not super high. This is another one I don't love. You can barely see the swatch because look at this. Do you see how much the heart, that core, is raised? For some reason, the balmy center is not that soft and balmy. And so it doesn't get used up at the same speed as the color. And so you just have this weird bump. And I just wish it would wear down evenly. Color's okay. It's a little bit like pink for me. This one, while it looks glossy here, I find that it's not super glossy on the lips. That part kind of wears away pretty quickly, and then it's just the color. This next one is actually really new to my collection. I'm really disappointed by this. This is the e.l.f. No Budge Shadow Stick in the shade Perfect Pearl. I'm sure there's a lot of really good colors in here, but it could have just been the color I chose. I'm really underwhelmed by this eyeshadow, and I've only ever heard good things about it, so I was kind of surprised. That's what it looks like. And it looks stunning on my hand, it really does. I found that when I use it around my eyes, it doesn't translate as this beautiful pearly shimmer. It's just kind of lackluster. And it almost is, because of the tone, it's almost to the point where it's like, is this even worth, does it even do anything? Like, why am I putting this on my eyes? So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. I want to pair this with something. I want to use it in some way, and I have a feeling I might like it better on my face because it's more subtle. So this is here as like a tentative item I want to finish up. If I can find a way to make it work, I will finish it up. But if I can't, I might let it go. That is everything. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry I've been gone for months and months. Hopefully I can be more present this year. I feel like I usually kind of disappear in the last few months of the year, but since I won't be in school, maybe that won't be the case, hopefully. But I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye!